Hi guys, it's Milena from bumperleads.com. I'm one of the automation experts here at Bumper Leads, focused on helping coaches, consultants, and e-commerce businesses bump up their sales, inquiries, and profit. And today I want to talk about reports inside ActiveCampaign. Now, how do you know if you have a successful campaign? How do you know that people have been opening your newsletters, they've been opening your emails, and so on? So for this video, I'm going to use one of the live existing businesses that we have here at Bumper Leads. It is one of my case studies that I like to use for automations. So I have already been sending emails to my list, and I have been sending newsletters to my list. So what we're going to do is I'm going to find one newsletter and look at the report. So let's go down to reports. Now, if you have been using the campaigns feature of ActiveCampaign, then you would look at campaign reports, but I have been sending newsletters via automation. So for that reason, I'm going to click on automation reports. And inside these automation reports, we've got so many things that we can look at, right? And I have named my automation newsletter, so I'm just going to find that somewhere. Luckily, I've labeled my automations. So if I go to the top right hand corner, and I'm just going to go newsletter, I will get the newsletter automation. There are multiple emails that I've been running using this automation. So I just override the existing content, give the email another name, and so I end up with multiple newsletters here. So the most recent one I sent was last month, and let's look at the 2-minute survey one. So if I open this one, so if you click into it, then you'll get to see more stats, all right? So for this particular email, I have had 26% open rate. So 26 people have opened and hopefully read my email. And that's really good. Anything over 20% is your benchmark. Now, it might be even less if you've got tens of thousands of contacts in your list. This might vary a lot, but anything below 10,000, if you have over 20% open rate, that's really good, all right? You should not be worried about it. And then we've got click rates, click-through rates. So how many people have been clicking on links inside my email? This is really important. This is the only important metric I would actually monitor, because it's important that people click, and how many people open emails and they just delete them, they don't bother clicking. So if you're selling something, obviously the click-through rate is important. If you've got a link, buy now button or something like that that you want to monitor, so you'd be monitoring this rate. So anything over 3% is really good. Between 1 and 3% is what is actually acceptable. And don't worry about the unsubscribe rate, because it's normal. People will unsubscribe, but anything below 1% is good. Okay, so there we have it. So those are the 3 metrics that I follow. Essentially, it's actually 2 metrics. I don't bother about the unsubscribes rate too much unless it's drastically high, then I would be worried. But I only look at the open rate and the click-through rate every time I send a campaign or every time I send an automation. And that's how I know if my campaign was successful. Now, what happens if it's below, let's say it's not 26%, but it is 5%, for example, and I sent it to 700 people in my database and only 5 or 10% open the email. Now, I've got a problem. Now I know that I need to improve something, because my goal is always to be 20% minimum open rate. So for that, if that happens to you, you might want to play with subject lines next time. So maybe your subject lines weren't catchy enough for people to, hit to open the email. You might want to maybe shorten your copy. Maybe your copy of the email was too long. There was too much text inside the email. Maybe reduce the number of reduce the text amount of text that you have in there, and add more images maybe, and have bigger buttons and so on. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can even look at the time of the day that you've sent the email. Maybe you've sent it at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is for my list, for example, that is a really low open rate time. Normally I get really low open rates at around that time, around the afternoon. So I normally send them before lunch. I think people tend to open emails before lunch. So you can also play with the times and the time of day and the day of the week that you send the emails. That can also affect your open rates and click-through rates. So definitely track these open rates and click-through rates, because you need to know what works for the next time you want to send a campaign. So the next time you'll know, okay, I know now that from next week on Tuesday at 11 a.m., I'm pretty sure that people will open my emails. And that's how you can make some informed decisions about the best time to send to your list. So there's a lot of testing and tweaking with campaigns in the newsletters and the automation emails. But the best way to make some informed decisions is to use reports and to look at the open rates and click-through rates. Great, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for some more useful content from us. And if you're struggling with ActiveCampaign, if you've got issues setting up ActiveCampaign, or if you need someone to have a look at it and maybe do an audit of your ActiveCampaign, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our link is below. It's bumperleads.com/grow, as in grow my business. And one of our team members will be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching again, and keep a lookout for our next video.